Okay, so the first question asked what experiences I've had with interactive technologies as a student or a teacher. Well, I remember when smartboards first came out, I was in elementary school, and as students, I don't know why we thought it was so much more fun to be asked to write on the smartboard than it was to write on like a whiteboard. Um, so for us as students, they were really cool, but I also remember the teachers had a lot of problem with them. Um, a lot of the times the projector wouldn't come on or the smartboard would just like fail in the middle of the lesson. And something that we always had to do was calibrate it literally any time that we used it, or anytime we would like say there was a PowerPoint, anytime you'd go to a next slide, you had to calibrate it. There were so many issues. Um, Also, I remember the first like projectors that we had when I was in school, the ones that you use the clear sheets for, and it's just like a light bulb and it projects onto the wall. Those are the ones I remember using a lot actually. And then I have worked with clickers, but I don't like clickers because I think they're a waste of money for one, because all it is taking tests really, but you just use technology instead. Um, but I felt a lot of pressure taking a test because everybody else is taking the same test as I was, and I didn't want to be like the last person to answer a question. So even if I felt like I needed more time, if everybody else was done, didn't want them to wait on me, so I just hurry up and press something. Furthermore, it was like really easy to cheat using clickers. You can just ask the person next to you what they've put, or they can just like show you their clicker real fast. I just don't think that they're that great. It says, what rendition of the interactive whiteboard and remote would you choose and why? The whiteboard that I chose was the Promethean World Active Panel Titanium because this is the one that um, is specifically made for teachers, and a lot of teachers do use it, and they have had a lot of good experiences with them. I personally have used one of these and seen how it worked in a kindergarten class that I helped out with. And while it would stall every now and then, like any other piece of technology, I felt like it was a lot better than like the smart boards that I'm familiar with because it could just connect to the teacher's um, laptop, and she could choose to display what was on her laptop, or she could have two completely different things going on. On the TV, she could have one tab open and then lock it on that tab so the kids could be like watching a movie or something while she's checking her email, and her email wouldn't be on the screen. Also, a number of kids could write on it at the same time, which was insane to me. I've never seen anything like that. So it's almost like a real whiteboard. Anybody could be using it all at once. And it is compatible with clickers. The clickers that I chose were just the iClicker Plus. And the reason is because I'll be working with kindergartners. These ones only have a couple of functions. It's just A through E, so basically like multiple choice or true and false. It just seems like the easiest ones for little kids to use. But back to that active panel titanium, it has all kind of products that go with it that are specifically made for it, which I like a lot because I do remember the kindergarten teacher that I was shadowing. She had a lot of issues connecting like her Elmo to her TV. And Elmo is just something that like it's a camera that points down and it casts whatever you're writing or demonstrating onto the projector, or in this case, the TV. It seems like she could never get those two to connect, or the Elmo would stall like all the time. And so I think with this, everything seemed pretty affordable, and it has its own products, and it would work a lot better, I think, with one of its own products than something from like an outside company. Let's see what else this has. It says, what interactive app did you like the most? If you could choose just one for your future classroom, which would you use? I liked Kahoot the best because, like I said, I don't think that clickers are necessary and they're just like an extra expense. But Kahoot is basically It's basically clickers, but just on your phone, and this is really great for, like, high school students and college students where everybody has a phone or a laptop. Um, Basically, whoever made the Kahoot, the quiz, they have, like, a confirmation code, and then everybody gets on the Kahoot site on their phone or their, laptop, and they enter that code, and then they have access to the quiz. Um, it's really great, and it's free. I would use that one hands down. It works really easy. It works the same way as clickers. I'm not against clickers completely because the next question here asked me like to talk about my thoughts after reading the article. One thing the article did mention is that clickers give instant feedback, which I agree. That's true. If you are doing a lesson and you feel like people are kind of lost or they're nervous to ask questions, you could bust out like a clicker quiz real quick and get instant results, see where everybody's at. It would also probably help with testing. If you do these kinds of quizzes frequently and you see that the whole class is behind, then maybe don't schedule a quiz. Paper quizzes, that's a lot of responsibility to you. If you as a teacher have something going on outside of school that week and you don't have time to grade a bunch of practice quizzes and tests, then I think that clicker is definitely an easy route to go. And then also, the article was saying how um, a lot of the kids said that they felt more focused when they used clickers. And I guess that I didn't think of that. But I think it would be really good for like younger kids or older kids with like ADD because they have to focus on the test because, like I mentioned earlier, the whole class is waiting on them. And so I guess it's good in those aspects. And then also it said that the kids, they said that they liked everything about the clickers. I don't know, maybe I'm an odd man out on that, or maybe the technology is better since I've used clickers. But I was kind of surprised to hear that because I always felt rushed when I was taking the test, but it didn't seem like that was like a general consensus. And then it says, "Do you think you would have similar results if you utilize clickers in your future classroom?" I think if I got a better attitude about it and like taught the kids to be excited when they used them, then yes, I think that the kids would have good luck. And I didn't think about it with kindergarten; it probably would help them to stay on task a lot better. So I guess that's pretty much it.